Hi, Janelle here with Sheep Hill Herbs. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Happy to have you here today. I'm doing a brown shirt theme, if you haven't noticed in the last couple of videos, by accident. So before we get started, I'm going to show you today how to make homemade lemonade with your own freshly squeezed lemons. But let's just please like, subscribe, hit the bell button, comment, check out my description down below. I have my link tree there, which links to all of my other links. I say links to everything that is me. My website, my Etsy shop, where I have my Advanced Home Herbalist course. You can take advantage of 10% off. I will put that code in the description. And I love your comments, so please comment before you leave the channel. All right, so today we are going to make lemonade with real lemons and sweeten with some honey. So I know lemonade is refreshing, enjoyable. Most lemonades that you're going to purchase are sweetened with sugar, and those that are not are really expensive. And so I often talk to people about, like, why, they'll ask me, like, what is wrong with sugar? The first thing is, not all sweeteners or sugars are created equal. You want to get off white sugar. Processed sugar does nothing but wreak havoc in the body, and I could go on to a long explanation of all the things that white sugar does, but it is not good. It's bad for the brain, for the pancreas. White sugar feeds cancer cells. You don't want it. So what we do is we get off of white sugar and we start using natural sugars, which are like maple syrup, honey, and not all honey is created equally. You want to have a good raw honey collected locally from hives that haven't been, the hives sometimes are fed with white sugar, that bees are, or the bees are collecting from plants that have been sprayed with chemicals. So you do want to be careful with the honey that you get. Then there is brown sugar, and brown sugar that you might bake with is really white sugar with molasses, that nice gooey brown sugar. We don't use that sugar. I use either Rapadura, Rapidura, or Succinat, Succinat, and they are sugar from the sugar cane in the early stage dehydration process. It looks like dirt, brown, dry. Minerals are intact, and lower glycemic index. So just because we switch to like regular sugars does not mean, or not regular, natural sugars does not mean we then like overload it. But if you are going to overload, it's better with the natural sweeteners than the white sugar by far. But I still really watch like how much I sweeten things, and when I sweeten, your taste buds get used to a less sweet taste, and over time you really don't need as much. Then there's all of the other kind of like substitute sweeteners, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time, and I'm not going to get into it. If you have questions though about monk fruit or stevia and you want to ask down below, go ahead. So let me show you how I make my homemade lemonade. So I want to squeeze a cup of lemon juice. Actually, maybe even 2. I know. I'm like, you'll find by watching my channel that I'm not a baker. It takes a lot of effort for me to bake, because baking, you have to follow directions precisely. So I kind of like, I'm a cook. I go by what seems right at the time, what I'm in the mood for. So lemons, organic is best. You want to have your lemons have seeds. You'll find like in the store GMO giant lemons, seedless. You do not want that. But I have my sliced lemons ready, and I'm going to be pressing them with this handy dandy little press. There's many different ways you can press your lemons. This one is pretty easy. I'm going to need 2 hands, but basically pressing down real hard, the juice goes to the jar. So let's let me do that and I will show you my squeezed lemons. Okay, so this is my lemon pile. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lemons. They were not that large, and you can hand squeeze the rest of the juice. It's sometimes more effective that way. Just trying to get a little bit more out. I have just about a cup. I'm just gonna squeeze. And I was thinking it might be fun to add some orange because I would like a little bit more juice. So I'm gonna add 1 orange to this. Got my compost, and I got my cup of orange and lemon juice. And now I am going to add 1 cup of heated water, not boiling, heated, so that it's easy for me to stir in my honey. All right, so my hot water, very hot water, is ready, and I'm gonna add it in the jar. And then I'm ready to add some honey. I know I am not giving you measurements. Let's say a 1/4 cup here. And this is like a 1/2 gallon jar. This is not a gallon jar. And I'm eyeballing a 1/4 cup. It's sweetening to your taste. All right. And then let's give this a good stir. Not sure if this is going to be sweet enough, so I'm going to pour a little bit of the hot liquid into a teacup so that when I have completely filled the jar with water, so I'm going to go get my water. I use like a reverse osmosis water. It's in the other room. I'm going to fill up the jar, and then if it seems like it needs to be sweetened a little bit more, then I will add the sweetener to this water, that is this lemon concentrate that is already hot. So let me go do that. So here it is. It is absolutely perfect now. I just took a sip. Tastes delicious. I'm confident in what I'm feeding my family, my children. It does take extra time, and I know that's why we go and buy like the cheap generic versions of things, because it's short. But you save time in the long run with healthy people and healthy children. And it's like the thing that I keep thinking is the way we live needs to change, because to do these good things for our families, to cook homemade meals, to make homemade drinks, to homestead, to turn back to what I feel like are the natural ways or God's ways, really requires looking at our lifestyle and the choices that we're making. Like, are you following God's plan for your life? Or are you following your plan, the world's plan, what the world says you should do? You should go to college, get a career, get a job, do 9 to 5, be busy, busy, busy. Are you too tapped into the cultural fads? So take a moment, make some homemade lemonade, and ask yourself, what does God really want for you today? So thank you. Come again soon.